I don't actually know where to fit in synchronicity, how to even define it, and where it fits in with scripture, with Vedic scripture.
See, by Krishna's mercy, I have a dictionary here on my computer. And the Lord blessed me with a dictionary. So it says the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related but have no discernible causal connection. It's a special kind of karma. It's a karma which benefits us. And itself, it shows the generosity, the good intention with which God created the law of karma.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I love that.
In other words, things just like, oh my God, like I came over to your house to see you, and you happened to invite this other person that I really needed to see, and you didn't know that. And so it's just like things that aren't, like not like one thing, my coming didn't cause the other. Neither of us, myself and the other person, knew the other was coming. So my coming didn't cause the other person to come, or vice versa, and you didn't know we were old friends. So nothing's directly causing anything, but it's an occurrence of events, namely this person came and I came, which are significantly related. And so
Goswami, I think I figured it out as you were talking. Okay. So we know that the whole universe is one thing. So it seems synchronicity is a reminder, or it anchors us into that being in tuned, resonating with the oneness, that one thing. And what's the second part there? I don't know.
Should we take a commercial break while you're thinking about that? So I'd like to sort of throw something in here, and then you can respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
That is, there is a sense in which synchronicity, as I just read it from the dictionary, the simultaneous occurrence, like two things happened together, the simultaneous occurrence of events which appear significantly related but have no discernible causal connection. That's very important, no discernible, which means that synchronicity, at least the definition I read there, does not say that the things aren't actually related. It just says you can't see the why. Like, for example, let's take that example I gave of, let's say you invite me to your place and I go, and you invite someone else, and you have no idea that we were old friends. We've been trying to find each other for years. And so we both come. You didn't know it. None of us knew it. So none of us caused it or intended it. And then suddenly we're all together. So in that sense, it's synchronicity. It's not synchronicity in the sense that, dare I say it, karma. In other words, it's sort of like, I think the word that describes what's really behind synchronicity is destiny.
Yes.
So when things are destined to happen, then the surface unrelatedness, the surface synchronicity is just the surface. Below that, there's something destined to happen. And so in that sense, there are no coincidences.
Right. And I think what my point is that it's not my point. I'm, kind of trying to figure this out. But to be spiritual, to be connected to our soul and the super soul, etc., we have to constantly know that there are no coincidences, and there is destiny, and there is a plan for us that's on top of karma, on top of that all those cause and effect reaction chains, but there's also, you know, divine love and a divine plan for everything. And synchronicity is like a major mechanism built into the universe, it seems, to help us go back. Right?
Yeah, well, actually, synchronicity really just means that on our level, on our human level, like, okay, you say, I didn't know you guys were friends. Well, I didn't know you were coming. So on the human level, we can't discern the cause. But on a higher level, someone does know what they're doing. And there's nothing else I was going to say. And I guess it's kind of rough, you know. It's like when someone yawns, everybody yawns. So you forgot your point, and I forgot my point. So anyway, it's I was going to say that. Oh, I remember. You said about how above karma, and the way I would express that in sort of Western philosophical language is I would say karma, which basically governs, everyone's destiny in this world, is teleological. Because, in other words, telos, the Greek word telos, means a purpose or a goal. And so in philosophy, teleology means there are objective purposes. For example, if you decide that tomorrow I have to go and buy some fruit, and so you create a purpose for yourself. But in a sense, it's subjective. If you decide, let's say tomorrow, before you get out, someone brings you a fruit basket and you don't need fruit. In fact, if you buy more fruit, it'll spoil before you can eat it. So you cancel that purpose. So that purpose was subjective. You created it. You can, dissolve it whenever you like. However, if I say that God created this world with a purpose, God created the law of karma with the purpose, and in this case, of course, as everything God does, the purpose is benevolent. From the Latin bene volente, desiring the good. It's benevolent. Are the rules we follow objectively reasonable? Or are they just the whims of God? And so the answer is, of course, in the Bhagavad Gita, that they are objectively reasonable. And here's the test you could apply. In other words, if we just accept, let's say, common decency, common morality, which like don't intentionally harm anyone, and sure, pursue your own interest, but be reasonably kind and generous to other people. Don't be a self-centered idiot. Live your life, pursue your interests, take care of your family and friends, but just be a good person in the normal, decent sense. And so if there was no God, what would you deserve for that? Or let's say, for example, I hurt another person intentionally or for some selfish reason. What would be a reasonable punishment? And so if you look at the laws of karma, they should be reasonable in that sense. Karma is not merely justice. It's also mercy. It's also compassion. In other words, karma, you could imagine a law of karma where you do something and you just get the reaction. Like, for example, let's say someone's cutting a potato and doesn't pay attention and cuts themselves. They have only themselves to blame. If you have a sharp knife in your hand, you'd better pay attention to what you're doing. Or let's say, for example, someone steals from another person, gets arrested, and goes to jail. So karma is not merely justice. It's not merely quid pro quo. It's teleological in the sense that it is justice, but it is justice that leads to improvement. It improves people. It purifies people. It educates them. It makes them wise eventually. And so here you have, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but how does that connect with synchronicity as being, like a level higher, as I said? Because when I
Right.
said that, it kind of stimulated something in you, and then so let's go back to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Thank you. Yeah, that's your job to, keep us coherent. So now we'll walk it back to synchronicity. Because let's go back to that example, which I'm really milking here. You invite me and you invite someone else. Let's just, go back to that. And so let's say it turns out that there is some good in our meeting. The fact that I meet an old acquaintance that I couldn't find, and it turns out it enriches both of our lives, maybe even enriches the life of the host. And so synchronicity, sometimes because we really have the distinct feeling or intuition that this synchronicity, but in a way which is promoting somehow the good. That it's not just because if things just happen that we didn't really intend them, and nothing really good comes out about it, we usually won't dignify it with the name synchronicity. Usually apply that somewhat, I don't know, laudatory word to events which seem uncaused, unplanned, but somehow bring about something significant, and often in a positive sense. And so I'm saying that it's karma, but synchronicity is not, because in a sense everything, but it's a special kind of karma. It's a karma which benefits us, and itself, it shows the generosity, the good intention with which God created the law of karma.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I love that.